All right, now I'm gonna sit back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am a big Lamar fan. And I'm not saying this as just a fan, by the way. I want to make that abundantly freaking clear. Lamar Jackson is one of the top. Don't sit up to me like that. Lamar Jackson is one of the top freaking quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, I'm not going to say that the NFL. I would flick you off, but I don't know if that would get the video demonetized. So
Right.
I'm not going to do that. But Lamar
I don't
Jackson,
think we're even monetized to get demonetized, but anyway.
whatever. Lamar Jackson's a freaking, like, literally, he's an elite quarterback. He is in a class. Like, something came out recently. He is 45-16. That is fourth all time behind, I think, I don't remember the exact people, but it was Patrick Mahomes,
Mahomes, Brady,
Roger
or
Staubach,
right around Brady.
yeah,
Yep.
and Roger Staubach was the other one. And he was fourth, 45-16, going into the first, I think, couple years of their career. And yeah, he doesn't have a playoff victory. Yeah, he is a mobile quarterback. And yeah, he missed the last couple years. But you know what? The reason he has missed the last couple years, I haven't seen anyone freaking talk about this, which is kind of mind-boggling. Actually, I'll give someone credit. Ryan Clark. Of course, my guy Ryan Clark did say this because
Love Ryan Clark.
yeah, he has sense. He's from Louisiana. But he did say this. Maybe the reason that Lamar Jackson runs so goddamn much, and the reason that he's doing this stuff and taking these hits and not sliding, because he has no damn weapons. Like, he has Mark Andrews, who, again, elite. You're great. Love you. I have you on
Right.
my team. I'm never trading you. You will be there until that league doesn't exist anymore. But a tight end, he is not Travis Kelce. He's not someone
Right.
who's going to come out and be like your number one wide receiver. He's good. He's dangerous around the middle, but he's not like, when you have a
He's
guy
better
like
as a second
Lamar,
option.
exactly, so like, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer like Travis is, and
Oh
maybe
yeah.
he will get there one day, because Travis is obviously like 10, 12 years in his career right now, while Mark is
Right.
only 4. But, and I don't want this to be about Mark. Like I said, I love Mark. Lamar has no freaking weapons. And you know who their running backs were for the last 2 years? Like, please, for the love of God, can you name them? Like, besides, I think it was Devontae Freeman. There was the ghost of Le'Veon Bell at one point, I think.
Yep. He
There's
got some
other,
snaps.
yeah, there's
I
others.
think Latavius spent a little bit of time, and I like Latavius, but
I mean, like, literally, you gave this guy no one. He has no running game. He has no wide receiver. You traded away one of his best friends, Hollywood Brown. So,
right.
like, and the Ravens, just to say this, for one, you're stupid, because you could have made this deal for you a lot cheaper if you would have just paid the freaking guy what he's worth. And you don't give me shit about the playoffs and them waiting or anything like that, because he won an MVP in his second year without any freaking weapons. His best
Right.
weapon is not a true number one wide receiver. It was Hollywood Brown. And he won an MVP. That's all he needed, was a good, not even a true number one. All he needs is a solid 2, someone who can really stretch the field. And no disrespect either to the Rashad Batemans of the world, because you haven't just been healthy. There's nothing you can do about that. But when it comes to like an MVP quarterback, and again, this is not and I bring up Travis Kelce. He doesn't have that. And even if he did, I don't think that would make that much of a difference, because Lamar is not the type of quarterback that's going to sit in the backfield and be a Patrick Mahomes and dissect you with his arm. Yes,
Right.
he can. I mean, he clearly proved that multiple times, throwing to no one. And then in that year, throwing 36 touchdowns, completing, I believe, 65% of his passes for over 3,600 yards, and
Right.
only having, I think, about 10 interceptions, if less than that. So my guy can throw the ball, man. He has no weapons. He doesn't. What he needs is, and they've been in rumors for DeAndre Hopkins. So maybe this will be the first genuine move that the Ravens freaking make to showing Lamar Jackson, like, hey, yes, we are all about you. We will keep, like, we are gonna
Would
fix.
love Bateman as a number 2 also.
Yeah, like, and you just got to stay healthy. But, like, you got to show Lamar something. And about the collusion thing, I don't think the league's really colluding. I actually kind of believe what the rumor is that's going around is that the reason no one is even attempting to sign Lamar, which it's still kind of crazy when you think about it, but the reason that no one is even attempting to sign Lamar, the fact that is because they believe the Ravens will match it no matter what. Now, there are ways that you can layer a contract to where it would be very, very hard for the Ravens to match it. No, it really would. So so that's why part of me doesn't believe it, but a part of me also does, because if this was Patrick Mahomes, even though the Chiefs were smart, they're a smart organization, never fucking let it get to this. But the Ravens, and I hate saying this about the Ravens because they are a smart organization. They're usually known for taking care of their players. They took care of Ed Reed. They took care of Ray Lewis. They took care of Terrell Suggs. I mean, they took care of Roquan Smith. Do they only take care of players on the freaking defensive side of the ball?
Apparently so.
Like, oh my God, like this is a different NFL, guys. Like, yes, defense does win championships. And I played defense whenever I played football. And I probably would have never made the NFL, but I came up in a really big sports family, and I really take pride in like my knowledge of like being able to like at least see talent and break down some film and see who's good, who's not, and like pick out coverages and things like that. Like, my God, I know that today's NFL is an offensive driven league. You gotta pay your freaking quarterbacks, man. And I don't want to hear shit. So, and this is the last thing I want to say, because I gotta go to a Pelicans game. I'm already probably gonna miss tip off. Thank God I'm only about like 20 minutes away. But like, dude, you gotta fucking pay your quarterbacks, man. And that's like another F-bomb I just dropped. But like, that's how I feel. Like, dude, don't give me shit about this, because the rumor that has been thrown around is that they were about 100 mil apart. And at least what I heard, and there's been different numbers. You've heard that he's offered 160, and you've also heard 130. That was a number that was thrown around. But even both of those numbers, that's an insult to me if I'm Lamar Jackson. Kyler freaking Murray is making close to 180 million that was not a number. 189 million.
Never heard of that one.
Shut up. 189 million guaranteed. And my dude has not proved anything. He literally has teammates. He has teammates, current freaking teammates, calling
offensive
him out
linemen, telling him to be immature.
Yeah. Exactly, on his leadership. And I just posted this in the community thing. I don't know. I'm still learning the YouTube, Twitter sphere, whatever the fuck it's called. But where you tweet, and I posted that picture, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. And I had Kyler Murray in the Dynasty League, and thank God I got rid of him. But you know what? It's the fact that, like, if I'm Lamar Jackson, the fact that this guy, even you can say it's a stupid organization. I don't care. You're stupid for making me wait this goddamn long. So, and again, Lamar, and this will be truly the last thing that I have to say, and Lamar probably made this harder on himself by not having an agent, because I do think if he had an agent, this deal would probably be done by now.
Yeah. I think something, just to piggyback on that real quick, that they've been talking about a lot in the media is that because it's his mom who's really doing the negotiating for him, when they say we're not paying your son that, we're not paying Lamar that, or, poo-poo an offer that she throws out there, obviously with the help of, a legal team and lawyers, stuff like that. But if you're telling somebody's mom that their son is bad, of course that's not going to go well. Right. But the agent's job is to be the mediator, to say, like, they can say to the team can say to the agent, like, bro, we're not paying your boy shit. You know what I mean? But the agent's not going to go back and tell Lamar that verbatim and take it personally. They just know it's business, right? But when you're saying that to somebody's mom, of course his mom's going to tell him, and it becomes a personal attack on him. Right. And I love that. I think, like Colin Cowherd and you don't like him as much, but I love him, mention those types of things. Like, it's personal. It becomes personal after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing I would love to see, the Bears just made a trade back and picked up a lot of picks.
Yeah. We didn't even mention that. DJ Moore heading to Chicago. Love that trade for the Bears,
Look, but think about this, and this is a long shot, but this is my favorite thing to do. Why not package Justin Fields in a couple of them picks? Send it to the Ravens. They don't want to pay him. They've done business before. They traded Roquan Smith last year. Why not? I know you want Justin Fields' rookie contract, but you have other picks. You can put together a defense, sign people.
I would say the reason that wouldn't happen is they do have the money to sign Lamar. Is just because they're not in a position really. Ah, I don't know. That's tough because if I say that, then that means I kind of sound like a hypocrite from what I was texting you. Because I do think the Bears are going to be an interesting team next year. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think they're going to do it. I mean, Justin Fields. It
They're
sounds
not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
it
Justin
just sounds
Fields
like
is
the
a
guy.
version of Lamar Jackson, right?
Right.
But I don't know. I just, you know me, and
You
I know
like
you.
throwing out
You're
the
the
crazy
biggest fan,
stuff.
but I love throwing out the crazy stuff. And Lamar Jackson is an
Yeah.
absolute beast. He's
So
absolutely a team
he's an
elevating
elite
player.
quarterback. He's not Cam Newton. He's not going to be burnt out by his 8th year. And, that's
Right.
really one of the last things that I wanted to say is that this guy is just truly different.
Yeah.
Like no matter what you put around him, he is a winner.
Yeah.
So I pay this man his goddamn money, wherever he goes. I want to see him honestly go to the Commanders. Like, I think that would just be a wow.
Why the
Man.
Commanders?
Well, for
I want
one,
to see him go to the Falcons.
I think so. You know why I don't want him to go to the Falcons because I don't want to play against my favorite player. And
But that's absolutely, probably, admittedly, my top reason as to why I want him to go to the Falcons.
well,
It's
fuck
despite you
you.
and my brother.
Well, fuck you. So I don't really care what you want.
It's okay.
But the reason I think that I blanked on the team. What did I say? What team did I say?
Commanders.
Commanders. The reason I think the Commanders will be such a good fit is because obviously you have Eric Bieniemy now, and I think Eric Bieniemy. If I'm him, I want to get creative. I want to show people why I deserve to be a fucking head coach, man. Like I didn't leave the Kansas City Chiefs, to possibly give up winning more Super Bowls to go to a very toxic organization in the Commanders. No hate towards you, Commanders fan. That's just the truth.
Hey, look, it's gonna be over
But
soon. Dan Snyder's about to be out of there.
but still, you don't want to go there just to like get worse at the skill position. And they have people around there. Jahan Dotson looked really good. Terry McLaurin is a dog. He's just never had a real quarterback. And then also Curtis Samuel looked really well last year too. So you add a tight end, this really deep tight end class. You let Ron Rivera go in and focus on that defense, which is what he is. He's a defensive coach.
Yep.
And I think he is a great defensive coach. He's been in shitty situations where he has to focus on what he's not best at. So now you have someone in there that can take that stress away and allows Eric Bieniemy to just be creative. Show people.
And did you see
now
Bieniemy's not just the OC?
What?
Yeah. Bieniemy's not just the OC. He's the assistant head coach.
Yeah. So that's something else. Like that's awesome. I love that.
Love it. But
so
at the same time, just to play devil's advocate on that, though, don't you think that he might want to get a rookie quarterback and show that he can develop somebody outside of an elite talent like Mahomes or Lamar Jackson?
I'm sure they would, but I don't know if they're going to be able to, honestly. Like, at least not any of the top guys, unless they make a trade up for Will Levis. But I don't. If I'm them, I don't want to do that. I would rather stay where I'm at, take a freaking cornerback because this is another really incredibly deep cornerback class. Take a cornerback like Christian Gonzalez or Joey Porter, or I also really like Keely Ringo, but it seems like other people are really like kind of varied on him. But yeah, like take a cornerback or like a D end or something like that, or a linebacker like Drew Sanders, or I don't know if he is a first round grade, but the guy from Washington State that everyone really loves. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah.
But do that, like add to that defense because your offense, if I'm Bieniemy, I think that offense looks fine. You have a running back, you have Brian Robinson, you have Antonio Gibson, and you have your wide receivers. You could get a tight end probably in the 3rd or 4th round with how deep this class is. You just need a quarterback. And I know they have Sam Howell, and you said that he looks like he can maybe be the best version of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I still would argue that version isn't going to be that very good. Like it's an okay quarterback.
I can see that.
So like
the team liked him though.
The team does,
what I mean?
But that seems very Taylor Heineke. The team loves Taylor Heineke too. So we'll see. But I think I just,
underrated. But yeah, I got you.
I think they have the money to make it happen. They would have to also restructure the cap a little bit to make that Lamar trade happen. But they can make it happen if they really wanted to, which is why it was just shocking to hear that they came out. But I kind of agree also with what you were saying, is that it kind of sounds like just bullshit. Like they're throwing smoke out there maybe to
Yeah.
downplay it, but I don't know. I mean, like I said about like the Ravens just being, I'm going to match it no matter what the hell you put in front of me. I will figure it out, So it could go either way. But I honestly, if I'm Lamar, I want to get the hell out of there. Like,
Yeah.
you pay me, you kind of disrespected me by some of the offers,
Yeah.
like why would I
I
want
would want to be out there because they had the opportunity to give him the exclusive tag and they gave him the non-exclusive, and you can kind of read into it whatever way you want, which is, hey, we want you, it's only 32 million versus like 42, 41 or something like that.
right.
You can kind of read into it multiple ways. You do the non-exclusive so that Lamar can see what the market for him is, and then be like, look, that's what your market is, dude. We're willing to give you that, or even a little bit above that. Um, you know, so he can kind of see the grass is not always greener on the other side. The other side of it is they feel like, nah, dude, you think you're so good, go out there on the market and get it yourself then. And I lean more towards that as a disrespect. You know what I mean? Like, it's Lamar Jackson, bro.
Yeah.
He's done everything with nothing.
MVP, second year in the league.
MVP with nothing. And I'm sorry, Marquise Hollywood Brown is good. He's not a number one.
He's not.
He's not.
He's not
He's not.
Deshaun Jackson. He's in his prime.
No, he isn't. He isn't. So, I would love D Hop to go there. And I think if, free agency's coming up now, right? So if they can get D Hop to go there, I don't see Lamar Jackson saying, nah, I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? Like, but even still, it's like, as much as I love D Hop, it's like, man, you waited to get a 30-year-old wide receiver. Granted, he is elite, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this with a trade that we were working on earlier, but I love D Hop and I still think he's elite. And I think because his game has never been just purely about speed, it's been about route running and hands, his amazing wingspan and 5X glove size hands.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think he's the right receiver for the Ravens.
yeah. No, I mean, I agree. And they should have went and traded for him when all it took was a second round pick from dumbass Bill
Oh
O'Brien.
my God, dude.
Like if that's, I mean, any team in the NFL, you're all dumbasses, honestly, for
I
not
couldn't
taking
believe it.
that.
When
So
I saw that he was available and we had Devontae, and it's like the only thing Green Bay really needed was another perimeter weapon.
yeah.
And we didn't give a second round pick I mean, even a first round pick at 27 years old or whatever he was.
Yeah.
How? Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Regardless of where Lamar ends up, I don't know if it'll be in Baltimore. I think it would be nice if he ended up back there. I just don't know if he will. Wherever he goes, though, you gotta like just pay the freaking man. You're getting an elite level quarterback, and your entire culture is shipped. You're a winner.
Miami is making a lot of restructuring, though. I'm just saying.
Well, they also signed or picked up Tua's thing, so I don't.
Oh, that's right. They did
Yeah.
pick up his fifth year, which I don't understand.
It's unfortunate, but oh well. That brings us to the end of episode 4.